All right, welcome to the worst April ever. It seems like every new passing month is just the new worst month ever. Actually, I don't know if this is the worst month ever. We're going to get into it. It's a pretty bad month, but let's start with the sales for Fraser Valley in April. Okay, so we actually went down. We went from 984 last month, which is already the worst March ever, to 972 this April, which I'm pretty sure could be the worst April ever. So, let's take a look, right? April 2024, we had 1,400. So about 40% less sales this year in comparison to last year. Now, as we can see, all these years are pretty decent. Maybe let's check in 2018. What do we have in 2018? So we had 1,300 in 2019. 2018, we had almost 1,600, so like 60% more sales. And like these weren't good years by any measure. Like 2019 was not a good year, and there was 30% more sales in 2019. You have to go again all the way back to like 08. Even in 2008, there's 1,658 sales. 2009, 1,200 sales. So yeah, actually by the numbers, again, this is the worst April ever when it comes to sales. Now, is the spring market over? Are we literally going to peak out at 970 sales? I don't think we will. I think we'll probably get a slight tick up here for May, but I don't know, because typically speaking, here in 2023, we peaked out at 1,400 and then we took, a leg up, but we kind of did the same thing here. Like we paused between March and April and then we shot up after that. However, a lot of the time we don't do that. A lot of the time we just rise until we hit the peak. And then sales, taper off for that year, right? Like same thing in 21, 22. Let's see. Where's the spring market? Same thing with 2020. Same thing. Well, actually, in 2017, we had that same little pause, March to April, and then we took another leg up. And then in 2016, we just kind of peaked out, fell off. April to May, we had that pause in 2015 before taking a leg up. So, I mean, it's really hard to say if we're going to take another leg up. I think we are because, the election's done now. The whole tariff thing is kind of swept under the rug. So I tend to think like it would just be so ridiculous if this was just like the peak of sales for this year and then we just rolled back over. That would just be insane. Like, I think we will have to take at least another really crappy kind of push upwards here and maybe peak out in like June or something like that this year. But just look at this chart. Just look at what has happened this year in comparison to every other year. Like every other year, the sales skyrocket. And then you look at this year and it's just this pitiful little bump and that's it. Now, sales to actives ratio, again, 11% for the Fraser Valley. So has it ever been worse than this for April? Well, I've already taken a look and I know the answer, but just to show you guys, okay, where is an April in here? Let's go back to one of these years, okay? Let's go back to like 2018, 32%. Let's see what it was in 2019. 2019 was 19%, so almost twice as high in 2019, which was a really bad year. So again, we're all the way back in 2011, 17%. 2013 was 15%. 2009, again, 14%. So, I mean, as you can see by the numbers, again, sales ratio, worst April ever. However, new listings did stall. So they didn't really, keep rocketing up through to the moon here. But again, is that normal? Does that typically happen? I guess what I'm trying to see is like when it peaks, does it just typically roll over after that? Or is it jagged on the way up, right? Kind of like how we looked at sales. And yeah, that does seem to happen. Like same thing happened in 2017, peaked out at March, took a leg down for April, but then continued going up again. So you could see new listings start taking another leg up to finish the year here. And as you can see, inventory continuing to rise as we speak here, getting closer to that 10,000. I looked at the new listings like a couple days ago and it said 9,100. I did that with you guys in a video, but for whatever reason, they have it pegged at 8,700 for some reason, but interesting. So what's the effect of this? What's the effect of 900 sales in April when it seems like, the average would probably be around like, 1,500 or something like that, like 15 or 1,600 per year. The effect is it hurts. It hurts. Like this has been a terrible year. I'm still getting deals done. I'm very busy right now. I have a lot of buyers active right now. I have a couple listings active right now, but it's been a terrible year, right? And I'm talking to a lot of realtors. Everybody's struggling. People are running out of money. I know, several realtors that are now selling their principal residences. I know a couple realtors who've already left the country. I know more that are thinking about leaving the country. It's been brutal. And I think we just had our first negative GDP print, if I'm not mistaken. Funny how that happens right after the election, right? But yeah, I mean, it seems like we're definitely going into recession. I just saw an article from Deloitte that basically is saying to expect that economic data is going to be very soft for the next 6 to 8 months, as if it isn't soft already. I mean, if you're in real estate, the data has been soft for a long time. But I guess when you talk about like retail sales and all these other things, that data is going to start to get softer now. So there's not necessarily a light at the end of the tunnel as we speak right now. Things will probably get worse during the summer before they end up getting better, maybe in the back end of the year. I still maintain my idea that if you are an end user, now is a great time to be getting into the market. Prices probably are going to keep going down, but hey, you can never time the bottom. But yeah, just some thoughts today as we get the data. I will cover all the sub areas and everything else when we get the full overview of the data in the next couple of days. If you enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe. If you want to chat with me about buying or selling in the Fraser Valley, you can book a time to chat with me using the link below. Otherwise, I'm that Agent Kelly. I'm making moves to move you. Peace.